Well, and the problem is this time they didn't have a big match to come back to at the end. They had a big contract signing. And by the time they came back for this thing, for the entrances for Swerve and Samoa Joe, there was 6 minutes, 5 minutes left on the air. So they did Swerve's entrance, then Joe's entrance. Then both of them sat down. Joe signed the contract. The fans chanted Swerve's house. And Joe started speaking at 9:59 p.m. And he said, Swerve, I'm going to give you some advice before you sign that contract. You're working on bad information. The truth is, signing that contract is going to be a big mistake. And my DVR froze. So apparently, what happened afterwards, and Brian, tell me if this is accurate because I tried to read the recap, was that Swerve said he's going to win the title and blah, blah, blah. And then they started fighting, and Swerve got busted open, but he made a comeback and signed the contract in his own blood, and then Joe came back to the ring and kicked the shit out of him again.
Well, Joe kicked the shit out of him, bloodied him up, and Swerve bleeds tremendously. We've seen it a few times now. We've seen even people drink it. And then Swerve got up all bloody.
I understand it's excellent with a shot of bitters over ice.
And then Swerve got up all bloody to let Joe know that he's not worried about him. He likes this. So that's the big setup for the big match.
Did Joe come back in the ring and kick the shit out of him again?
Now I don't know. Now I'm not sure.
On the recap I read, he came back and kicked the shit out of him again. So it's fine if you kick the shit out of the babyface and make him bleed, but then he gets up and signs the contract in his blood and said, is that all you got? I'm ready for some more. That's fine. But if Joe goes back and kicks the shit out of him again, then that babyface is a goddamn idiot, isn't he?
Yeah.
Well, hold on. Let me find the goddamn article that I was reading. If I can. It's already been moved off the page. My God, a lot of news going on in the world of wrestling these days. Let me click up here. I've clicked. And now. Yep, it clearly says right here, Brian. I found it instantly. Took me only seconds. Joe leaves the ring. Swerve grabs a mic. Swerve grabs a mic. Yeah. Says he loves this stuff. If that's all you got, I'm going to take the title from you. Signs the contract in his blood.
Right.
Joe returns to the ring and puts Swerve through the table.
Oh, see, I tuned out after Swerve made the comeback all bloody on the mic. I tuned it out. I missed the last minute or so, I guess.
Yeah, he came back and ran him through another fucking table. So what the... God damn it.
You know, the other thing, too, it's important to note the ratings have gone down. Everyone has different things to blame, but you can look at other things. Things that are hot, the ratings don't go down like this. It's because the product's cold, the TV's cold. The more they've introduced shit after 10 o'clock, and again, this is a DVR for a lot of people like you, like me. If you set your DVR for Dynamite, it's not going to record the thing after it. It's not going to record the overrun that's not in the schedule. More and more people started missing that stuff. The ratings keep going down. If you're doing main event stuff and it's after everyone's DVR work, don't assume everyone's going to go to YouTube and seek it out. I guess that's the other thing.
Well, and that's the at least they've got time. They can play this back if they think of it. They can play it back next week on television, but it would be better if they didn't not only... You can advertise a match. You can advertise Samoa Joe versus Swerve Strickland. Stay at it to the end of the show here. You're going to see this match. But when you advertise a contract signing, you can't come out and say, now, they're going to fight. You pretty much know they're going to fight. But then when you fucking not only do that, but you run it over to the allotted time period of the program and into the next time period of the next program, the DVR people miss it. Plus people, what the fuck? I almost thought, because I try not to pay attention to the announcers because, as you mentioned, they're bothersome. But when I saw Maria May and Thunder Rosa at 20 minutes till, I'm like, this is the fucking main event. I forgot they had the contract deal because we only got 5 minutes of it in the regular time slot. So if you're doing all kinds of great business, that's one thing, right? Are you there?
Yeah, that's one thing.
I'm sorry. I heard a swoosh. Oh, a thing swooshed into my screen.
Yeah, it wasn't me. I wasn't swooshing.
I have a notification of a swoosh. I don't know. It made that swooshy noise like I'd got disconnected. But anyway, the ratings continue to go down on the program. The farther down, the farther into the program you get, the farther down they go on most normal weeks. And the only reason the Overrun has a bump is because there's a bunch of people tune in, think they're going to see, I don't know, it's Howdy Doody time, whatever the program is. You're probably not going to sell them the pay-per-view. They're just like, can we get this bullshit off so I can see my movie? So anyway, that was Dynamite. I'm ready to blow my nose.